Guys, I think you're gonna watch this and really think to yourself that, okay, this got to be a joke, right? So IshowSpeed is having an African tour and it's going viral like insanely. But this is a part that most people miss. The part that makes it viral is actually how the continent has been viewed and how now the continent is being viewed. So I feel like he's really exposing the narrative of like, oh, this is what's going on in Africa versus what's really going on in Africa. But you know what? This is what got my attention. And I'm going to put, videos here and so on. But I'm going to put this video first because that got my attention. This girl, she looked innocent and it's written that she's not trolling. But I think somehow she's trolling. Because first of all, she's saying things like, oh my God, I'm surprised. They have cars and they have Wi-Fi. And I don't mean like, for example, Wi-Fi is somehow sometimes regarded as luxurious in some parts of places, not only Africa. So I wouldn't have a problem with that. But then she goes and say they have water. Like, what? Did you think we were drinking saliva? Or what are we supposed to be drinking if we don't have water? Like, seriously, come on. So watch this and then we can go ahead.
Bro, speed really changing the game for real. Like, I didn't know Africa was such a beautiful country. They got cars, they got water, they got Wi-Fi. Like, we was lied to. We was really lied to. The music in Africa is just so beautiful. I used to think the only song in Africa was Waka Waka by Shakira. Come to find out, they got DeVito. The US government really brainwashed us, bro. We need to go back to our brothers and sisters. Like, I really thought everybody in Africa speaks like this. And the best part of all, hear me out. Hear me out. You're not gonna believe this. They got more than one country. No, I'm not kidding. They got more. I thought it was just Africa. I really thought it was just Africa. I'm like, don't cancel me for this, but I low-key thought they live in huts. That's just what he teaches us. Like,
okay, are you listening to that girl? I don't know. And then there's this woman crying. I'm just gonna have to let you watch it for yourself. And then like, honestly speaking, guys, Africa, by the way, is a continent, okay? With 54 countries who have distinct cultures, to be quite honest. We don't even have the same culture to begin with. So I don't get this narrative of like, and this is a problem. We had a lot of things about Black Americans, and then when people reach the divided states and so on, they have their own perspective of changing their mind, like, oh no, this is not even how we were told, and all that. But then you have Black Americans, or they call themselves the foundational Black Americans. Obviously they say they are not part of Africa, they are not part of our ancestors and so on, and we don't really care. Like, it's not like a big deal to us. We have enough people in Africa. We don't really want additions to that, especially not with people who doesn't want to be added. So that's okay. Okay, now having said that, listen to this girl. She's like, oh no, they're asking for money. Like, which country have you traveled to where you don't find a specific person asking for money? Even in the divided states where you are from, even in the United Kingdom, like everywhere. Come on. So out of the how many hours that IshowSpeed was doing the African tour, the only thing you saw was a child asking for money, right? Absolute nonsense, man.
We are sharing something that goes far beyond entertainment. Over the past few days, millions of people around the world watched IshowSpeed travel through Africa, walking our streets, meeting our people, feeling our culture, and seeing our cities with his own eyes. And something powerful happened. Across the United States, many Black Americans began reacting emotionally, some in shock, some in joy, some even in tears, as they realized that Africa is not what they were told, and not what they were shown growing up. They saw modern cities, they saw beauty, they saw pride, they saw possibility, they saw home. In the next moments, we will play several reaction clips from Black Americans responding to Speed's African journey. Voices that reflect surprise, healing, connection, and awakening. Listen carefully, because this is more than reaction. This is a reconnection. Let's watch.
Man, this whole time, bro, they made us fucking think Africa was such a poor country, bro. Such a place you wouldn't want to be at, bro. And Speed is single-handedly changing my perspective on life. Like the music in Africa, the culture, everything, every single aspect of Africa just makes my insides feel so good, bro. It makes me just want to leave America. Bro, I feel like America is the trap. America is the trap. The American dream is the trap. Everybody else is free, but not free from America. America's the problem, bro. America's the fucking problem. And I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. Like, Speed, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Bro, Africa got buildings. They got power. Not yet. They got towers. Swear on everything, bro. I thought it was just clay and tribes and shit, bro. Yeah, cause the ground be like, you know, like that red orange type of clay, bro. Chad, don't.
Y'all probably wondering why I'm crying. I've been watching Speed streams, and I'm seeing all the love that he's getting in Angola. He's in South Africa, and he's getting massive amount of love, and the way that he was treated in Europe was disgusting. But to see him be a black man from the United States of African descent and be able to go back to the continent and be treated like a human by civilized African people, when we've been taught that Africa is primitive, that it's dangerous, don't go back, they have this, they have that, they don't want you, they don't like you. And to see an African American man with his stature go back to the motherland and be treated with so much respect. And I can't wait to hit the soil and experience it myself.
So let me tell you something. Speed's Africa streams, they hit differently, fam. Way better than his streams anywhere else, especially in Europe. I'm noticing it. And I gotta ask, are you noticing too? Because it's all love over there. The vibes, pure good energy, no drama, no crazy names being yelled at him, just people vibing, doing his catchphrases, embarking with him like it's a whole movement. And hold up, he even met the president of Angola. You know, he's out here living, doing races, and it's all good times. Honestly, this is the energy we need everywhere. But here's the thing. Why are the people in Africa treating Speed so much better than in some other places? Especially Eastern Europe, where it's not always the same vibe. Could it be that people have been misrepresenting Africa for years? Maybe they don't really know the place. I'm just saying, I'm noticing a difference. Africa's showing up, and it's a whole nother level of love and respect. That's what's up.
What you've just watched is not just about a YouTuber. It is about identity. It is about truth. It is about healing generations of distance, miseducation, and separation. For too long, Africa has been spoken about, but rarely spoken from. For too long, Africa has been defined, but rarely experienced. And today, through simple human connection, millions are seeing Africa with fresh eyes. They are seeing dignity. They are seeing development. They are seeing culture. They are seeing themselves. Africa is not a rumor. Africa is not a myth. Africa is not a memory. Africa is alive. Africa is rising. Africa is home.
So I'm so happy. At least IshowSpeed really showed the world what the whole continent of Africa is made of. People who are willing to just embrace anyone. To be quite honest, that's how we are. That's why you find us calling anybody an Andy. you should be able to know from our culture that we are just very accepting people. We love family, we love people, we make people our family even if they are not. Everybody in an African culture is an auntie as long as you're older. And that just shows respect and how we are just raised. An auntie, an uncle, all these things. It comes from, that's why we don't have words like stepsister, stepmother, half sister, half what? We don't have that. Anyway, guys, take care. Bye.
Isizwe sama,